What is happening, sports fans? It's your main man, Matt, from the DFS 5-pack. I am rocking it solo. It is Thursday, December 23rd. We got some NBA to talk about. 11 games tonight. COVID, injury news all over. Tons of guys in the health and safety protocols. So, as I've mentioned on the members-only videos recently, if you can't, be around your computer or phone or whatever it is you use to set lineups, last game locks, I would recommend not playing heavy at all because it's just a fool's errand. Stuff changes throughout the night, and the trickle-down effect in NBA DFS is real. You got to be paying attention until the very last game locks. So, like I said, I just did the members-only video. DFS Patriot and I came out with some NFL info free to the public a little bit ago. This is going to be just a normal public video for you guys. I got 5 guys I'm going to talk about. Before I get into that, I'm going to shout out our promoters real quick. So first off, Jazz Sports. You guys know the drill by now. When you join Jazz Sports and you use the promo code 5-pack, you get a no-risk wager up to $1,000 on your first bet. That's $1K back if your first wager has created a loss. You just can't beat that. I've been around this industry forever. Deals like that rarely, if ever, exist, and I suggest all you guys take advantage of. And the promo code is 5. You don't code for the deal, but I would appreciate if you use the promo code when you. The next one's going to be Loose Lines. Loose Lines is an affiliate of Jazz Sports. They offer really good lines and odds over there, reduced juice and other perks. You get an additional 50% off when you deposit at Loose Lines. So check them out as well. The promo code for theirs is 5-pack. So 5-pack is the promo code for both. The links will be in the description section. And with that said, let's talk about some Thursday night NBA. Let me screen, and we'll be on our way. So starting off, we got, again, 22 teams in play tonight. A lot of good spots. A guy that I liked a lot last night that I'm going to go right back to tonight is going to be DeLon Wright. So much more solid than spectacular yesterday. Bad loss for Atlanta against Orlando. I like Wright just as much tonight, if not more. Again, going into Philly, cheaper now. He played close to 40 minutes last night. So while the production wasn't amazing, Cam Reddish did basically everything, and we'll get to him in a minute. At 4,200, I just think Wright walks into value in all formats. He wasn't crazy popular last night, even for a smaller slate. I don't think he's going to be crazy popular tonight just because there's so many good options. He will get love, don't get me wrong, but I just like him a lot in any format, regardless of the ownership. I think he's a guy we just plug in and move on. One of the better plays on the slate, given the really cheap price point. So I'm bringing up 3 Atlanta guys again, and that's just the nature of the beast. So first off, I'm going to skip one of the Atlanta guys. Actually, we'll just talk about the Atlanta guys all 3 in a row. So I'll do Russell and Hernangomez last. Cam Reddish, I just him monster game last night, played 42 minutes, dropped 34 real points to 51.5 DK points. I mean, what else is there to say, really? Price is up a little bit, as it should be. With no Trae Young, no Capella, no Kevin Huerter. They're just missing a bunch of guys. Bogdanovich still coming off the bench. They need Cam Reddish. They need him to play big minutes, and they need his offense. This is the guy they expected when they drafted Reddish out of Duke in the lottery a couple years ago. This kid has a ton of talent, finally starting to let it shine. Now, it wouldn't surprise anyone if he had a little bit of an off game tonight and, instead of shooting 10 threes, only shot 6 threes and, shot a little bit worse and didn't do as much tonight. But at this price point, he should still walk into value everywhere. And his upside is clearly enormous enough where it makes him just a must play everywhere. All right, the last Hawk is my favorite Hawk, John Collins. One of the quietest 50 spots I've ever seen last night. Another guy, played 40 minutes, 28 points, 12 boards, couple assists, couple blocks, 51 DK points, made a couple threes in there. Price hasn't moved. I like Collins a lot when either Trae Young or Capella are out. When both of them are out, he becomes a must-play in all formats. His usage increases dramatically when Young is out. And the fact that he plays center when Capella's out, it's like the 2 perfect worlds colliding for him. He should be closer to 9K in this spot than the 7,300 he is. Lock in and throw out the key. I said that yesterday. I'll say it again. I think another 50 spots coming. All right. the non-Hawks I want to talk about. One of my favorite guys. Haven't brought him up in a minute, but felt like the time was right to go back to my boy, the Ohio State University's only DAngelo Russell. I love D'Lo. I'm a huge fan. He's another guy. He has not been amazing lately. No 40 spots in the past 5 games. He is, basically 35 plus in all of them. The one he dropped 30. But with no Beverly, no Edwards, potentially no Noel, Minnesota's missing bodies. And while it's not the greatest spot in the world against Utah, I just like D'Lo a lot here. KarlAnthony Towns has picked up a ton of the scoring lack recently. I think it's Russell's night tonight against Donovan Mitchell. His last game against Utah, he dropped a 53 DK point spot on. He dropped 53 DK points on, excuse me. I don't know why I added that spot there, but you guys get the point regardless. The thing I love about D'Lo here, besides the fact that I just love him in general, 36 minutes last game, shot 4 of 18 and 1 of 11 from 3. He shoots a ton. I mean, he makes 3 or 4 of those, let alone 5 of those threes. You're looking at a 50-point DK game. So a 50 DK point game. Again, excuse me. I like D'Lo a lot here. One of my favorite plays on the slate. He's getting a tiny bit of ownership, but not a lot at all. I think he's a nice way to get contrarian on a slate loaded with, good chalky plays that we're going to want to play. Speaking of good chalky plays that we want to play, Guillermo Willy Hernangomez, 3,800. We've seen Hernangomez be really, really productive when he gets good run. I mean, you can just see the game log and look through it yourself. Now with J-Val out, I imagine Hernangomez is the starting center. Now, if it's Jackson Hayes is the guy I want. Whoever's coming off the bench is certainly in play with them. I don't think it's crazy to play them together. The other one looks like an intriguing tournament pivot. But assuming Hernangomez starts, I think we just play him everywhere. The price point is way too cheap. Great spot against Orlando. There are some really good centers on this slate. And even as such, Hernangomez looks like the best option at this price point. There's no getting away from him. He's going to get love. Maybe not as much as you might think, given the other center options, but prepare for him to be chalk. Maybe if not likely to be the chalkiest player on the slate. And he's just a free square with clear 10x upside at this price point that we will just lock in and move on. That's what I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you want more content, more videos, more me, any of that stuff, go check out the DFS 5-pack. We'd love to have you. Hopefully everyone has a great Thursday. I'm around if you got questions. Let's crush it tonight, guys. Thank you as always.